I think it's really important to cover those gaps and remember that it's not a homogenous place. It's not a country on its own. And one way, and it was probably my favourite part actually, the way that you discuss that through language, because quite often there is just a consensus that maybe in Europe that, French is just French and everyone in France speaks French, and there's so many different versions. Is it, how many different types of languages are going off in Africa, and where are they coming from? Because it was such an interesting way of looking at history.
Yes, probably close to about 2,000. I mean, about a third of the world's languages are close to a third of the world's languages are spoken in Africa. And I think that goes again to an important point with regards to diversity difference. I mean, like you said, we often think of, certain countries in Europe as being ethnically and linguistically and culturally homogenous, although we know even then there's a great deal of mixing, migration, difference, and diversity. Even, for example, when it comes to, let's say, the UK, we talk about the influence on the North, the Scandinavian influence, for example, and then you talk about the South, where there's a much more French influence, maybe, or a Norman influence, and how much that's changed and how that actually affects the characters of people in the different parts of this country, which is a relatively small one, but even within that, still there's this huge diversity. And it's the thing in Africa, there are things that connect, lots of Africans.